Cape Town International Airport, South Africa's second largest and the fourth busiest airport on the African continent, has a new general manager. Mark McLean, previously responsible for managing the refurbishment of the airport prior to the 2010 FIFA World Cup, has recently been appointed as the airport's acting general manager.
I'm a professional engineer by profession, and I started at the airport in 2006 as the head of engineering. So I was privileged to be part of the construction and development of this new airport way back then.
Is this the airport as it evolved into the 2010?
For the 2010 World Cup, so I was part of the team that actually commissioned and transitioned the airport in preparation for the World Cup way back in 2010. And thereafter, I became the head of operations, and I was responsible for the entire operation of the airport. And I was in that position for about 9 years. And from there, I've now transitioned into the role of acting general manager.
Further expansion of the airport, intended as part of a two-stage process undertaken by the Airports Company of South Africa, was recently put on hold. The company has postponed the multi-million rand project that is intended to enlarge both the domestic and international passenger terminals, and also for the construction of a larger runway suitable for a generation of extra-large aircraft.
Yeah, well, in 2019, Robin, we had tremendous growth and we're reaching the capacity of the airport. But unfortunately, because of the onset of COVID, we've had to shelve a lot of those projects. I prefer to place them on hold, simply because of the downturn in passenger volumes. It's a matter of time before the passenger volumes return. And when they do return, we have every intention to restart some of those important projects again.
Cape Town's award-winning airport had enjoyed significant growth until, in 2020, the full impact of the COVID pandemic had almost collapsed the entire aviation industry.
Prior to COVID, we were processing close to 11 million passengers per annum. So on busy days, up to about 40,000 passengers per day, over 300 flights per day. But and our mix between domestic and international as well was around 75% of our passengers are domestic, about 25% international. That number was changing because we were getting more and more international flights into Cape Town. But after the onset of COVID, the numbers have, of course, dropped significantly. So we process about 150 flights a day now, about half what we did prior to COVID. And our passengers per day is around 10,000 to 15,000 passengers per day, depending on whether there's events and peak and off-peak periods.
An automated thermal screening system, first introduced into service at Cape Town International Airport, is part of a drive by the Airports Company of South Africa to improve methods of efficiency at AXA airports. The system, designed by a team of engineers linked to Mark McLean's management team, pioneered the en masse body temperature screening process to help detect persons with fever pitch temperatures or displaying symptoms of the COVID virus. After conducting a series of successful trials, a fully automated passport control system suited for South African passport holders will soon begin functioning in the arrivals and departure halls at the airport.
With the onset of COVID, we've really been focused on driving innovation even further, and we're promoting the health of passengers by reducing the amount of human interaction. We're promoting more passenger self-service, i.e. more touchless type technology. At the same time, we want to promote the passenger experience. And one of the exciting new developments is the introduction of electronic gates at the immigration departure and arrival area. And that means that South African passport holders are now able to process themselves through immigration without the need to interact with the immigration officer. All you need to do is present your passport, then electronically tags your passport, verifies that you cleared to come into the country. The first gate opens.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look there.
The first gate will open. You will go into the gates. There's a camera that confirms that only you are inside the gate, that there's no tailgating. You then present 2 sets of fingerprints on the second control point, and if it matches that it's you, the second gate opens and you into the country.
So there's no physical contact with the passport control officer?
No physical contact, it's quick, it's efficient. In fact, it takes anything between 10 to 20 seconds to go through the gate.
Mark McLean, faced with the conventions of managing an airport the size of Cape Town International, has inherited numerous and varied obligations. Millions of passengers annually rely on an efficient airport to provide a safe and reliable hub for aviation travel services.
My job is to make sure that we build passenger confidence, that every traveller in and out of Cape Town International feels that firstly we are an airport that promotes their health and safety. Secondly, we are an airport that also, in spite of the restrictions, in spite of the new processes, that we make sure that they have a pleasant travel experience. And then the third part is absolutely working very hard with all our partners in the city, in government, to make sure that we promote this destination, we promote the airport, we promote travel into Cape Town, and we're working very hard to make sure that firstly those who come are excited about coming and returning, but also those who have not yet come are just waiting to travel to us.
And if hospitality is part of the culture of Cape Town, then the city can justifiably claim its entitlement as host of the airport voted to be the 29th most popular airport in the world.